Hey Stacy, I just finished reading your video. Watching your video. I enjoyed it. It made me sad, just like the documentary made me sad. And like we were talking about in class, it affected me very much as well as a parent. Um, I agree with that. What happened in the situation was much too brutal. The way they handled it, it could have been handled much, much better. I hope that policies and practices have gotten better since then. This wasn't that long ago, though. We were talking about ketamine, and I said in my video that I would go to any lengths to help my kid feel better, even if it was at a ketamine clinic in Mexico. I would absolutely try that. And this documentary just really scared me because I've looked into ketamine. I know it's more legal now, and that's another thing, is this was illegal at the time, or at least the amount, or I'm not sure exactly what it was. That I think it was the amount of ketamine in her, but I know that ketamine clinics exist now, so a lot has changed since then, and that's heartbreaking to think that if this would have happened just a few years later, that it would have been okay for Maya to get ketamine infusions or the coma, and none of this would have happened. She wouldn't have had to go to Mexico, probably, and everything could have been so much easier for her. And that's why I'm kind of interested in going into research. I'm really interested in psych and research and new innovative technologies and medications. I want to help veterans and people. I want to help alleviate their PTSD, and I look into these kinds of things all the time, these kinds of treatments all the time, and this documentary just really scared me because in just a few years after what happened to Maya and Beata, the medical world has changed a lot. Ibogaine is another big thing people are trying, and then there's like mushrooms. I don't know how legal these things were in 2000. I think it was 2015 when Maya got taken from her parents, but that was about 10 years ago. So a lot has changed since then, and I imagine they're going to exponentially change, and it's going to be really interesting to see how a lot of these cases, that it's going to be interesting to see how the medical field changes. You also talked a little bit about Munchausen by proxy. It's really scary because there are so many cases of that actually happening and no one doing anything. Like, for example, Gypsy Rose Lee, she was being abused really badly and no one did anything. No one even knew. No one really thought about it. No one talked about it. So it's so scary how something like that can happen, and then something like what happened to Maya can happen. There's no easy answer, and there's no easy solution, but I do want to be part of the solution, and I hope that as a nurse that I can hopefully bring some more information into this world, some more help. Maybe there's some new drug that'll help AIDS or cancer patients. I don't know, but I am really interested in research, especially after this documentary. And yeah, a lot of the things you said, and as we discussed in class, uh, are they're really heartbreaking. And thanks for sharing your video, Stacy.